Hey everybody, welcome back. These are some petty people that got their perfect
revenge.
It took 24 years, but patience pays off. When I got engaged, we were young, 20 years old, but mature. We announced to the family, and I had asked my bridesmaids to participate. I had my sister, my cousin, and 3 friends from throughout my life. We got engaged and picked out our wedding date pretty quick. Everyone was aware of our wedding date with a year advance notice. The planning continued with the wedding. We went to the dress fittings for the bridesmaids and we were having them custom made. Deposits were made. We were all excited. In August that year, 3 months before my wedding, my fiance and myself were invited to spend a day at a local man-made lake on one of my bridesmaids' boats.
Get your towels ready, it's about to go down!
Okay, love a little boat action. I am a boat hoe, so there were 4 of us in total, 2 couples. My friend and her husband and myself and my soon-to-be husband. We packed a picnic. They also had a jet ski, to which my friend rode. When we decided to anchor and eat lunch, we were all in the boat eating. My friend's husband asked my friend if she put the protective thing between the boat and the jet ski so they don't crash into each other. She kept saying,
"It'll be fine."
Mind you, we did not ride the jet ski. We were only on the boat. Where is this going? Did she crash the jet ski? Did she try and make you pay for it? Oh my God. After lunch, we all decided to ride the boat over to the swimming area. As we were making our way, the depth finder on the boat started acting weird and saying the lake was like 900 feet deep and it was obviously glitching. We all got off the boat and started swimming. When we were done, we went to get on the boat and it was taking on water. It was about halfway under. Oh, what happened? Did y'all accidentally hit bottom?
What? Oh!
Interesting choice of words. Long story short, we got towed to shore. Her husband went to pick up the car and the trailer to get the boat out of the water. My friend and I went with the ranger to get our other car. My fiance was left alone with the sinking boat. Mind you, he doesn't know how to swim.
I can swim.
He was given the smallest of buckets and told to start bailing water out. He was left alone for a full hour in the hot sun with nothing but a small bucket, about 1 gallon big. The ramp was slippery and the boat only kept taking on more water. He rested to take a break when we pulled up. No amount of scooping was going to save this boat. No, it clearly had a hole in it, We finally got the boat out once the trailer was there and pulled it out of the water. My fiance and I treated them to dinner since we felt bad their boat was broken and it was a stressful day. Fast forward to a week before my wedding. My friend pulled out of the wedding. Hold on. Her reason for pulling out was that it was unfair of me to put my wedding on the biggest party night of the year for Halloween. And she spent $300 on Halloween costumes.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
You knew when the wedding was. She obviously feels like some type of way about the boat, honestly. What exactly happened with this boat? I'm confused. Now again, she knew a full year that my wedding was that day. This was not something that we threw together. The day before my wedding, at the rehearsal at the church, my mother pulled me aside and asked me about a letter she got in the mail.
We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
I can swim.
My friend had sent both my mother and myself a letter stating we will never amount to anything. We will never own a house. We will never have meaningful careers. We will be horrible parents. Our marriage will never last. And we basically are losers in this game of life. I also got a detailed bill about the damage to her boat. Hang on. What do you mean? She wanted us to pay for all the damage because my husband was not adequately able to bail the water out of the boat.
And I'm doing my best. I'm just doing my best.
Be for real right now. You cannot be serious. Sure, let's just blame everybody else for our actions. Reminder, the damage is because she did not put the buoy between the boat and the jet ski, which her own husband told her to do, and she said no. What a weird... I fail to see how this is your husband's fault. Let's not blame the person that is trying to save the boat. Let's blame the person that caused the hole to begin with. I feel like in order for her to have any sort of claim, she's gonna have to place blame somewhere else. If anything, your husband was the one thing stopping the boat from having even more damage and sinking entirely.
What are you thinking about?
Let's fast forward to 24 years later. I'm having a nice holiday with my family. My brothers were outside in the front yard and came inside and told me I had a friend outside wanting to say hi. Hi. I went outside and it was her. I haven't heard or spoken to her in 24 years since my wedding. We caught up very superficially, but not to be petty. It did feel good to be able to prove her mean letter wrong. I own a house, I have a master's degree, and I have a wonderful career. And you didn't even have to do a thing. I have 3 kids with my oldest graduating college 2 years early and already working a full-time job as a teacher. I'm just like kind of picturing how this conversation went.
So, how are you?
Oh yeah, no, I'm really good. Yeah, no, I own a house now, and you know, I've got a really, really great career, got a master's, and I've got a bunch of really smart kids that are slaying life. How are you doing, by the way?
Sad.
I'm confused. Did you pay for the boat? Although we did get divorced, okay, we did last 18 years and we're still friends. He still comes to our holiday and family get-togethers and we co-parent well. She, on the other hand, got divorced shortly after my wedding. She never got a degree and doesn't have a career. She had addiction issues. I have no problem with people with no college degree or a career. I also do not believe in economic statuses, but in this one instance, it just felt good to prove her wrong and show her I had made something of my life. I'm confused as to why she showed up to your house. How could you ever show your face? Like, it's one thing to run into her in public, not planned. It's another thing for her to show up to your house.
Here's Johnny.
It's never good to think that you're better than other people, unless those other people tell you that you will never make anything of yourself. And then it feels amazing. What do we say on this channel? It's even in this first comment. The best revenge is a life well lived. Period. Period. Oh, this is a good comment. Can you imagine being so hateful towards someone that you sent a letter to their mom telling her that her life won't amount to anything? This woman was buying her audacity in bulk. Yo, why send it to the mom, dude? Like, ooh. If you go about life spouting hateful, like you're just mad at everybody, you're mean to people for no reason.
You're a monster.
I truly, truly believe that life is good to those who keep their head down and try to spread positivity and work hard, okay? If you go around in life being mean to other people,
You're gonna have a bad time.
hang on, I got a very interesting but also related to this video email. Shall we read it together? Hey Charlotte, you don't know me, but I semi-know you. I've been a huge fan of your channel for a long time. Oh, I know you probably hear this a lot, but your videos were there for me in a time when I didn't have anyone. Babes, your videos and constant compliments and always being so great in your videos, it gave me not only the inspiration, but the confidence to go back to writing music. I wrote a song that's inspired by the petty queen herself called Petty AF. It is a pop rock breakup song all about being petty to your douchey ex, basically. I wouldn't bring it to you if I didn't genuinely think it was really good. Ooh, I'd love for you to give it a listen, and if you like it, reach back out to me, because realistically, this is all because of you. Okay, it is not because of me. I'm actually very curious. You guys want to listen to it together?
I see you shining, but it don't feel right. Like a light that flickers in the dead of night. I said I'd take the high road, keep my peace. But let's be honest, I don't want your release. So I wish you love, but I was lying through my teeth. Your happiness is cutting me, it's hard to breathe. I hope your new love's colder than stone, and you cry every night when you're alone. Oh, I know I said I'm fine, I'm done, but you're out there laughing, having fun. Guess I'm not the saint I tried to be. There's a demon in
Whoa. I have goosebumps. Like, I have literal goosebumps right now. I am like absolutely floored right now. She is on Spotify. This song is on Spotify. I will 100% put this in the description of this video. It's by Lovely Slaughter. Go show her some love. Stream the heck out of this song. Guys, I feel like this is our new anthem. Incredible job. I am so like honored that you were at all inspired by me. I cannot take any credit, honestly. Like, that is incredible. You are incredible. Everybody go show Lovely Slaughter some love on Spotify. That was delicious. I didn't get a job because I was a bully in high school. Very brave for sharing this, but I think it's appropriate. I've been trying to break into a niche industry, 30 to 40 jobs in a city with a population of 3 million, for a while now. I'm in my late 20s, and though it took me some time to decide what I wanted to do with my life, I have finished my degree and completed 2 internships. I'm working part-time in a related field and freelancing while searching for a full-time job in the niche industry. I'm willing to move for the right job, but I'd rather stay close to home. So I was stoked last summer when I got an interview for one of the very few entry-level jobs available in my city. I ultimately didn't get it, but the interview went well enough they encouraged me to apply the next time they had an opening. Then, an acquaintance who works at the company called me up and asked if I wanted to get coffee. I figured she'd offer me tips on how to do better next time. Instead, she told me to give up on ever being hired there. Turns out, a girl I had gone to high school with is a real rock star at this company, and she threatened to resign when it looked like I was about to be offered a job. Ooh. I hadn't realized it was her because her married name is different. I'll be honest, I wasn't a very nice person back then, and I was probably pretty awful to this girl. Probably or actually pretty awful. I looked my former classmate up and her resume is really incredible. She graduated from college early and has awards people who worked in our industry twice as long haven't won. Her public-facing work is top-notch. I'm guessing she's the kind of employee a manager wants to keep around. My acquaintance's prediction appears to be true. I didn't get an interview for a new position at the company that would have been an even better fit than the one I'd interviewed for. When I asked why, I was told a staffer had raised some concerns and the company would not be moving forward with my candidacy. I'm heartbroken. I worked so hard for so long to get the training required for this type of work, and I don't think I deserve to be blacklisted for something I said when I was 17. I think that you're downplaying things. I have my former classmate's work email. Should I beg for forgiveness? Look, my guy, my girl, my guy, I really think that you didn't just say something that
Was kind of mean.
I think that you probably made this star employee's life very difficult. You might not remember everything about a person, but you always remember how they treat you. Some of my most clear memories, like even when I was like a little kid, were either incredibly happy, but more often than not, they were of being bullied and how I felt when I was being bullied. That's what you associate the memory with. So I think that you should have begged for forgiveness, regardless of whether or not it affected your future. Here's a message to all bullies. If you went out of your way to make someone's life incredibly difficult, full well knowing that they didn't deserve it, you should apologize. And not because you want something, and you're hoping that that apology will get you somewhere, because it kind of sounds like you're not sorry. It kind of just sounds like you want this job and you feel like this person that you bullied is the one thing between you and getting this job. You need to go around and you need to send the apologies. And people don't have to forgive you, by the way. But I can say the people that did apologize to me later in life, one actually apologized to me because she wanted me to. So she apologized first and then she was just like,
Oh, and by the way, could you take down this like photo of me with like this paraphernalia?
So it was the apology.
I'm really sorry for how I treated you, but also, I I would never have reached out to you if I didn't want something.
There's only ever been like 2 people that have ever apologized to me, and I've had probably about 15 bullies. I can say that the one person that did apologize to me that like didn't have an ulterior motive, I did forgive her. I appreciated the apology, but it was also because she didn't want anything, right? Like she wasn't like trying to get something out of me. Anyways, that's my 2 cents, but we do have an update. I know you didn't solicit an update, but I felt compelled to send one. I'd written you in the spring because I was having trouble breaking into a niche industry in which a high school classmate I'd bullied was a rock star. I wanted to know if you thought apologizing would help me get a job. At the advice of your readers, I did delete the draft of an apology email that had been sitting in my inbox for some time. I applied for one more job with Rockstar's company, and when I didn't hear back, I decided it was really and truly time to look elsewhere. Good. Or, you know, if you were a bully to more than one person, maybe it might be worth starting your own business in some way. I don't know if that could apply to the industry that you're in, but...
Oh no, it's the consequences of your actions.
I found a shop in a town 7 hours away that was desperate to hire someone for a paid 9-month fellowship that started in June because the candidate they'd originally extended an offer to found a full-time permanent position. I said goodbye to my boyfriend, packed up my car and 2 cats, and drove to a town I'd never been to. And I hated it. Not the work, I actually loved the work, but the town sucked. Being away from my boyfriend and family sucked. Not being able to make friends sucked. Everyone else my age was married with 2 kids. I called my boyfriend every night crying. He was supposed to come visit over Labor Day, but canceled at the last minute because he had to work. Seeing how bummed I was, a coworker offered to swap shifts with me so I could make a trip home for the long weekend. I hopped in the car after work on a Friday and drove all evening.
Oh, honey.
Arriving at the place I'd been sharing with my boyfriend before I moved, a little after 1 a.m. Well, you probably know where this is going. Oh, no, I don't know at all. Could you tell me? He was cheating on me. I was devastated. I spent the rest of the night sobbing on my sister's couch and drove back to where I was working the next morning. I think it's entirely justified that you didn't get the job that you wanted because of how you treated someone. Does how you treated someone when you were a kid affect everything in your life henceforward? I don't know, but I do believe in karma.
And karma's not a liar.
I couldn't make myself get out of bed on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. I was fired after my 3rd no call, no show. I tried to get the part-time job I'd had moving before the fellowship. They said come back anytime, but they'd found someone who was faster and more efficient than I'd been. Unable to afford a place on my own, I had to move back in with my parents. Not sure what else to do. I sent another desperate application to Rockstar's shop. Okay, so still no apology.
You're not a victim.
In an effort to cheer me up, my sisters and friends took me out for a nice dinner for my birthday at the end of September. This is where it goes from bad to worse. I drank too much wine at dinner and got pretty weepy. I excused myself from the table to try and put myself together and ran into Rockstar. Oh, let's see. Her and her husband were celebrating their anniversary on the way to the bathroom. They weren't celebrating the anniversary on the way to the bathroom. They were celebrating their anniversary and you ran into her on the way to the bathroom. Just needed to clarify. I ended up yelling and crying at her that she'd ruined my life. Okay, so I'm still not seeing very much accountability here from you. Make no mistake, you ruined your own life. I was asked to leave and told I wasn't welcome back. That was Saturday night. I spent Sunday hungover in bed trying to figure out how to clean up the mess I made. On Monday morning, Rockstar's manager, the one hiring for the job I'd applied for, emailed me to let me know I'd been removed from the candidate pool. Yeah, so Rockstar ended up telling her boss what you did. She advised me I would not be considered for future positions at their shop or any other in the network. Wow. That afternoon, without mentioning me or what happened at the restaurant over the weekend, Rockstar tweeted a long thread about how she'd been bullied in high school and she wishes teenagers would realize that high school ends and it does get better. She tweeted out links to local mental health resources and the national hotline that were liked and retweeted many, many times. Oh God. Girl, you literally bullied this woman so hard that I'm not even gonna say it. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And then you had the audacity to feel entitled to a job, and then you yelled at her for ruining your life? So just to recap, no job, no boyfriend, no money, no hope of ever breaking into the industry. I spent 5 years preparing to enter. It's not hard to feel like some of this is Rockstar's fault, especially given how she rubbed salt in the wound after my whole world had come crashing down.
You're not a victim. Not at all.
As I'm reading this story, it really just sounds like it's like,
Poor me, victim mentality, blah, 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 blah.
not once did I ever hear you say that you wanted to apologize to this person or you felt bad about what you did. And not because there were consequences of your actions, but because you genuinely hurt somebody. You genuinely hurt them. And yeah, they ended up okay. But what if they didn't? There's a few things that you could do here, and there's a few things that you should do. You could move away to another city where nobody knows you. Try to apply for another job in your industry. Not sure if that's possible. You could start your own business, but then again, it would probably rely on finding clients that if everybody kind of knows what you were like in high school, you probably won't find them in the town you grew up in. And things that you should do, you should reach out to this person. You don't have to meet her in person. I know that I don't care to like actually see people face to face. That actually hurt me. You can put that in a letter.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
You can apologize and not expect anything in return. You cannot expect a job out of it. You cannot expect her to accept your apology ever. You should do it because it's the right thing to do.
And that's on period.
I would love to know the full extent of how much she bullied this girl in high school. I'm sure it was more than something she said at 17. That's exactly what I'm thinking. She's downplaying it because, you know, something you say to someone else, like that can kind of roll off the shoulders or, you know, you might forget about it. But repeated bullying and like just downright cruelty, you remember. Oh, okay. I think maybe we have a little bit of context here as to what happened. Don't quote me on this. This is trust me, bro. The source is a Reddit comment. I remember the last time this was posted and people went through her comments to find out. The girls were part of the same friend group and I think had a crush on the same guy. OOP got the guy and decided to destroy Rockstar socially for whatever reason. Turned all their friends against her, made sure to hold a graduation party the same day as Rockstar so no one would show up. Also, Rockstar lived on the same street as her, so she saw everyone go to OOP's party and not hers. Sounds about right. And that's just what OOP was willing to share. I can imagine her actual behavior was worse if Rockstar was tweeting out prevention tips. Well, I'd like to say that I empathize, but honestly, this is just the consequences of your actions. Subscribe!